This is a quick kind of rundown of the alpha notes for preservation. It's probably going to be more of a rant because I feel like the developers are pretty disconnected from how Prez actually works. Um, Main way I say that is, like the first port, like a lot of half of what they said in their notes was good and correct, but the other half was wildly inaccurate and completely falsified. So, for example, like this, I think this part is completely reasonable, right? You have to plan all your healing. You're a ramping healer. You have a number of powerful CDs that do healing. Simplifying the spec is completely reasonable because it is also by far the most complicated spec in Raid. The part that doesn't make sense to me is this: changing their largest healing combos, Lifebind. We don't heal with Lifebind in Raid. It's just not what we do. I mean, like here's a log, right? This is the largest healing combo they're referencing. It's doing less healing than the cape. And not only did they just change Lifebind in general, like from what they said, but it can't be echoed now, which makes it technically worse by that regard. Like they did give us triple Verd Embrace with this new talent, but again, it's like, what's the point of that? Like that's not what our healing is from, right? And then this is the other part that just shows me how lost they are: is bread and butter healing spells will be more effective, particularly Emerald Blossom. We don't press Emerald Blossom. It's the most expensive spell in the game, and we just don't press it because it's awful. It's very expensive. It does zero healing, and the build that Emerald Blossom enabled with Cycle of Life got nerfed like a few tiers ago. So I just don't understand where this is coming from. This is a bread and butter spell. Like that doesn't even make sense to me personally. I mean, genuinely, it's complete negligence. It is kind of how it is, right? I mean, like you can see, 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%. Like, we don't press Blossom, so why are they calling it a bread and butter healing spell? Burn Embrace is useless. Burn Embrace doesn't actually do anything. It's just, there's Burn Embrace healing, 1%. All Burn Embrace, like the only reason we use Burn Embrace is so we can proc Call of Ysera, which buffs our Dream Breath. Like Dream Breath, yeah, but like it's a very weak heal. Like the reason Dream Breath does healing in Raid is because one, there's like 15 buffs to Dream Breath that you're juggling at once to amp it and then cleave the healing out. But Dream Breath itself is a very, very, very bad heal. Like making it 40 yards, cool, that's sick. It doesn't change the fact that there's somebody behind you. Then it's still useless. So do we now have to just stand farther back, or I don't know, who knows? But again, the issue is this, like, delivering healing is more intuitive and easier to pick up. I just don't see that with this because they're completely lost and they're honestly pretty clueless on where Prez's healing is coming from. Calling Emerald Blossom and Verdant Embrace bread and butter healing spells is completely wrong and ignorant. Especially not considering, like, Spirit Bloom, right? This was the major heal in M+. You would play Chrono Warden, you had CDR on the spell, and with Lifebind in M+, you were doing a lot of healing. But Spirit Bloom's gone. And again, going off of Emerald Blossom, they got rid of Cycle of Life. So it's like, what are they trying to do? Like, it doesn't make sense what they're doing. This Apex, I don't care about this Apex talent. Like this is a decent change because the amount of time Bird Embrace has gotten me killed in Raid, I can't even count. But it's just weird, like Emerald Blossom. I mean, it's horribly expensive. I mean, it's one of the most expensive spells in the entire game of any spec. And if we're using Emerald Blossom to proc the reworked Consume Flame, I don't know. Plus, this change doesn't even make sense to me. Like, VE consumes it and it heals, but it doesn't say it's AoE healing. So, has Consume Flame become a pure single target heal? You know, like, I know, like, newer players, like, people don't know how to play Prez, like, they would struggle with single target healing, but this is not the solution to that. You know, like, yeah, Prez was difficult, but I feel like the extent they're going to change it is in the complete wrong direction. And I would go as far to think that this blurb was written a year ago when we did utilize Lifebind because of the tier set from Liberation of Undermind, where we had CDR on Verdant Embrace, where we were doing healing with Lifebind, right? But I mean, like, you can see, like, we don't do healing with Lifebind. Like, it's just not what we do. And the website's down, whatever. But I don't know, like, buffing VE flat, buffing Blossom healing, like, I just don't understand it. Like, obviously, like, the tuning will come with mana cost to Blossom if we're gonna be spamming Blossoms. I just don't get it. None of it really makes sense, and, like, this blurb is a complete disconnect from the actual issues with Prez. The current issues with Prez is, I mean, number one, like, if you want it as base, right? As complete base, every single class, right, you should have at minimum, if you want to make the game brain dead, which is what it looks like they want to do, right? You should have one spammable spot heal, right? A good example is Healing Wave or heal. You should have one AoE spell that, I don't want to say particularly spammable, but one AoE spell. Good example, Sanctify, Chain Heal, Spirit Bloom, which is gone. You should have some sort of cooldown, like some minor CD, like Cloudburst, which is also gone. One major raid CD, like Rally, Apotheosis, Stasis, Evangelism. Like, at base, a healer should have these, right? At minimum. Like, if you want someone who's completely clueless on how to play the game and how to heal, minimum you should have this, right? But Blizzard philosophy is minor CDs, way too hard to juggle. So they got rid of it. And it looks like they kind of maintained keeping some sort of spammable spot heal thing, right? So for Evoker, Consume Flame, consume healing on one person with Blossom and Burn Embrace. So the idea is, let's say you Dream Breath, and you're just going to triple Burn Embrace 3 people, and then throw a Blossom at the other 2. And you're going to heal 5 people. Like, that is putrid gameplay. That is terrible. That is just awful. I mean, I also don't understand this part of, we wanted to keep it, what was it, dragon-like? Dragon-like? What is dragon-like about throwing blossoms at people? You know, I don't know. Whoever wrote this is lost, genuinely. But again, it's besides the point. People are like, oh, don't doom, like, stuff's gonna happen. But, like, this is a principle thing. On principle, they have no idea what is going on with Prez. They're completely lost. They're completely clueless. And frankly, this is like a complete nuke of the spec. Like, the spec was very niche. It was very it was a very unique class. But this is the single worst thing they could have done for the spec. There's a number of ways to make Prez easier, but this is just not it. And honest to God, I could argue in some cases this actually makes Prez more complicated. And I think Blizzard is going to struggle very, very much in the coming months with trying to redesign all of this. But, I don't know. We will see what they decide to do. But this overall is a very unwelcome and putrid change. And for that matter, it's a putrid change across the board for every healer. I think them trying to get rid of these minor cooldowns and just make it so everyone's just pressing a single target heal on a person every time, I think that's just terrible, terrible gameplay. And you're gonna have a lot of seasoned players who are healers just either quitting the game outright or just swapping to a different role. Because at this point, you can have anyone heal. Like before healing, at least he was like, oh, you needed to be able to heal, but now it's just anyone will be able to do it. Which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. Everyone should be able to heal. Everyone should be able to pick it up and go. This is not the best way to do it. There are better ways, but this is complete ignorance.